Have you ever felt that your mind is a battlefield, where 1,000 voices scream at once, while your task list grows longer every minute? Does this overwhelming weight on your chest when you know exactly what needs to be done, but somehow remains frozen in place? It is not about being lazy or unmotivated. This is about something much deeper and more insidious. The paralysis you feel comes from having many options and zero clarity about where to start. Your brain is overwhelmed not by the difficulty of tasks, but by the large volume of possibilities fighting for your attention. But what if I told you that everything could change with just a simple choice every day? What if the healing of your mental chaos was hidden in sight, waiting for you to discover the power of decisive action? Today, we will explore how a single daily decision can turn your inner world of a storm of confusion into a focused sanctuary. Ralph Waldo Emerson understood something deep about the human condition that most people feel lacking entirely. He acknowledged that our minds need no more pressure or more information or more motivation. What they need is direction, clear and unshakable direction that cuts the noise like a sword through the fog. Emerson taught that living with a genuine purpose means learning how to silence his compass and transform decision-making into a sacred ritual. When you make a firm decision every day, something miraculous happens in your conscience. The inner chaos that is tormenting you begin to reorganize around this unique point of clarity. All those competing voices that are screaming for suddenly quiet attention, because you gave your mind what you were desperately wishing all the time, a clear way to follow. This is how the character forms and transforms. Not through large gestures or massive revisions of your entire life, but through the accumulation of small and consistent choices that align with whom you have decided to become. Each decision acts as an adjustment fork, bringing all its being in harmony with its deepest intentions. The beautiful about this approach is that it does not require you to be perfect or to have everything discovered. He simply asks you to choose something, a direction, an action that represents your highest self, and then follows with an unshakable commitment. Now, let me show exactly how to implement this life-change protocol of a decision a day. The moment you wake up before checking your phone or allowing the demands of the world flood your conscience, you need to make a choice. This choice must be small enough for you to do it without overwhelming, but significant enough to represent the person you are becoming. The key is to select something that seems authentic to your ideal self, not what you think you should do or what others expect from you. Write down in a clear phrase, "Today, I choose to follow your specific decision." This is not just a mental note or a vague intention. The physical act of writing involves different neural pathways and creates a stronger commitment to your brain. Your sentence may be, "Today, I choose to write for 30 minutes, or today, I choose to have a difficult conversation that I have avoided, or today, I choose to organize my workspace." Specificity is important because vague intentions create vacant results. Here is the crucial part that most people make mistakes. You should make the first gesture toward your choice before your analytical mind has time to interfere. Act before you start rationalizing or creating elaborate plans or finding reasons to delay. The moment you wrote your decision, take an immediate physical step to make it happen. If you chose to write, open your laptop and create a new document. If you chose to have a difficult conversation, take the phone and dial the number. If you chose to organize your workspace, get up and tap the first item you need to move. This immediate action creates impulse and prevents your mind from talking about your commitment. Continue this practice for 7 consecutive days and pay attention to what happens to the mental noise that plagues it. You will notice that the constant conversation begins to weaken. Oppression begins to dissipate. The paralysis that once controlled you start to lose grip. Your mind learns to trust your decision-making ability because you have proven to follow what you commit to doing. Let me give you some specific examples of powerful daily choices that can transform your internal landscape. Choose to say no to a request that does not align with your priorities. Choose, send this email you have been going on for weeks. Choose, clean and organize a specific area of your life space. Choose, prioritize the only action you avoid because it seems very important or very scary. Choose to spend 15 minutes on the project that could change your life if you really worked on it consistently. The magic is not the size of the choice, but in the consistency of doing it and following. If this practice has already brought you a moment of clarity, if you can feel the transformation potential within you, I want you to subscribe to this channel now. Press this application button, because we will continue to exploit these deep principles that can revolutionize your relationship with decision-making and personal power. This is just the beginning of a journey that will teach you how to navigate life with the kind of silent wisdom that creates lasting changes, while others around you react to chaos and allow your circumstances to control your emotional state. You will learn to calmly choose from a place of centered consciousness. This is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who remain trapped in numerous cycles of procrastination and repentance. The hesitant mind produces nothing but noise, confusion, and mental static that prevents clear thinking and decisive action. But the determined mind, the mind that has learned to choose with conviction, produces peace, clarity, and the kind of focused energy that moves the mountains. Remember this truth and let it guide you through moments of uncertainty. A conscious choice made with full awareness and commitment is worth more than 10 tasks started but never completed. The quality of intention is important infinitely more than the amount of activity. When you learn to consciously choose, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the author of your own story. Here is something that will help you internalize this practice even more deeply. I want you to close your eyes and see yourself standing in front of your overwhelming list of tasks. See all items demanding your attention by creating pressure on your chest, making you feel dispersed and ineffective. Now imagine yourself erasing everything on this list. Note how all these obligations and duties disappear, leaving it with clean and empty space. Take a deep breath and feel the relief of not having to manage everything at once. Now visualize just one phrase that appears in that clean space. Today I choose to act with the direction. See yourself by reading these words and feeling your power settled in your bones. Note, as you calmly perform the action you have chosen without hesitation, without justifying or explaining to yourself why this is the right choice or not. Note how your energy changes when you move from dispersed thinking to focused action. The noise in your head ceased. Your body relaxes because it finally has clear instructions to follow. You feel aligned, purposeful, and peaceful, because you are no longer fighting with yourself about what to do next. This is the transformation that awaits you when you embrace the power of conscious choice. Your external circumstances may not change immediately, but your internal experience will change dramatically. You will find that you have much more control over your life than you have ever realized. And this control does not come from trying to manage everything at once, but to choose one thing and follow with a complete commitment. Comment conscious choice if you are ready to heal the noise in your mind with the power of clear direction. Let me know in the comments that you are committed to this practice and ready to experience the peace that comes from decisive actions. Emerson reminds us of a deep truth that can change everything about how you approach your life. The world around you changes when you change from inside. The external transformation you are seeking will naturally follow the internal transformation you create through conscious choice. Silence is not just the absence of noise, it is the presence of clarity that shows what really matters. When you learn to access this silence through decisive actions, you discover priorities that you never knew I had, and the capabilities you never knew existed. Their decisions not only do tasks, they sculpt your character and define who you become. Every time you consciously choose and follow the action, you are proving yourself that you can trust greater decisions and greater responsibilities. You are building the type of inner strength that no external circumstance can shake, because it comes from your own innerstrated capacity to choose well and act with integrity. This practice will reveal something beautiful about its true nature. Under all chaos and confusion and competing priorities, there is a part of you who knows exactly what to do. This wisdom is not hidden or mysterious. It is simply obscured by the noise of excessive thinking and paralysis of many options. When you commit to making a clear choice every day, you create space for this inner wisdom to emerge and guide you toward actions that align with your deepest values and higher aspirations. Save this video and return to it for the next 7 days when implementing this practice. Use it as a daily reminder of the power you keep to transform your experience through conscious choice. Comment on the conscious choice below to publicly affirm its commitment to this new direction and enter a community of people who are choosing clarity on confusion, procrastination, action, and purpose of paralysis. Share this video with someone in your life who needs to learn to silence the noise and start taking decisive action. Often people closest to us are fighting the same overload and paralysis standards that are preventing us. By sharing these principles, you are not just helping them, You are also reinforcing your own commitment to conscious choice and creating partnerships of responsibility that will support your transformation. Subscribe to this channel to continue on this path of silent wisdom, where we explore the deep principles that successful people use to navigate life with clarity, purpose, and unshakable inner peace. Your journey towards the domain of conscious choice is just starting, and there is much more transformative wisdom waiting for you in the videos to come.